loading snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Loaded Snacks Anime Chat Podcast, episode 7. Am I correct, Noah and Gabby?
Is it 7?
I
can't remember.
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe it's 7, yes.
We haven't skipped a week yet.
No, we haven't. We're still on track. I love
We
it.
almost had some difficulties, but we made it. We're here.
I'm glad that your voice is a lot better. Basically, we have to record this a little later in the week because Noah's a little under the weather. And we know we're talking about Overlord, the movie.
I wasn't under the weather. I went to the Skins game.
And
I watched the Steelers.
That's why.
Whoop they ass.
Yeah.
And I screamed before I was straight, as you can hear. And I literally could not talk.
I don't feel as bad anymore now.
2 days ago.
I just didn't know why your voice was gone.
Yes, sir. And if you can see above me, there's a big Steelers tapestry, but that's okay.
I'm glad that you had a good time. Either way,
sir.
man. Yeah. Also, this week joining us, we have Jokes. You know, my brother from the Loaded Snacks crew.
We got the game.
And we have Marcus, one of our Patreon subscribers that we love, and one of the members of the Finisher podcast that these two gentlemen handle on Loaded Snacks. You know, the rest of stuff that I told you that I pop in on sometimes, help out, do the prediction shows and such with. But this week we're here to talk about anime. So they're joining us because Joe's joined us to go see Overlord in the theater, and we have to have a discussion about Thriller Park. And this pick was Marcus's pick, so I wanted him here to have this conversation with us.
Oh, yeah.
But before we can start on everything, how was everybody's week? Just want to touch in, make sure everybody's good. How was your week, Gabby?
Week was good. A little hectic at work and busy just because we had Veterans Day off for my job. So shorter week, lots of stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, been a pretty good week so far. Just
that's
not
good.
Done too much.
Outside the game and losing your voice, Noah, what about you?
I was going to say, ask somebody else because that was my week.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, that wasn't the only thing, like, you know,
But that was the main
thing. Yeah.
But that was the main thing.
Okay.
I worked. I'm getting my workout game up since I get off earlier now. So I'm going back to getting back to running and stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right. What about you, Marcus?
It's been a week. A lot of audibles were called, and so I'm just, adapting to the place.
Okay, I get that. Jokes. What about yourself?
Other than just crazy busy work week, everything else pretty solid. Can't complain.
I hear you. Me and you did have a chance. We went out this past weekend to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Loading Snacks.
Yes, sir.
So all of us and a bunch of friends and family and fans and such, people came out to have a good time with us over at Dave & Buster. So that was a good vibe, just seeing people in person, seeing their faces, not just behind the screen and things like that. So it was a good time overall. Good time, good vibes. But let's get into some anime. So Noah, what do we need to know about?
All right. First things first, My Hero celebrates 100 million copies in circulation with the
awesome. Let's give a round of applause for that. That's awesome.
With the new visual.
Okay.
I'll send you the visual.
All right.
But yeah, so they sold 100 million copies.
Congrats.
And you know what I mean? That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty good. Congratulations. They ended. Y'all gotta wait 3 years and 2 movies probably for the ending, but
right.
If you want to see it like the rest of us normal people, pick it up and read it. Moving on.
Yeah.
See what you did there.
Moving on. Attack on Titan movie releases with a perfect 10 on IMDb.
I saw that. Shout out to them as well.
But
Okay.
that don't matter, like 99% of IMDb ratings, because we found out that 90% of the raters or higher, probably like 95% of the raters, haven't even seen the fucking movie because it's only come out in Japan. So these raters are from all over the world and they haven't seen the movie. It's definitely not pirated. Like Jax. So
that is terrible.
And just dropped and everybody was like peak, 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 peak. That's why you don't listen to IMDb ratings.
And I did see that the supposed end new stuff they added at the end of it leaked.
Oh yeah, so that was
and I told you that was going to happen last week.
That was a leak.
You did say that, yeah.
And yeah, that was a leak, and it was nothing. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it's just the cast, like the main cast, sitting in the movies, and they're like in young outfits, and we can put up a visual, and there's they're like in high school, and it's pretty cool. Mikasa's in a like goth outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My Mikasa. So that's cool.
Awesome.
Hopefully, we'll find out when we get the American Day soon.
Yeah. I'm expecting January, early February.
Word,
Probably,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sounds about right.
Then next, Oblivion Battery is getting season 2. This is
Okay.
one I told you about, Gabby. This was the B Team Mappa baseball one.
Yeah. I did actually
think you
end up
really like it.
watching this one. It's
Oh, you
really
did?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good as
and
fuck.
yeah, I am
Okay.
very happy for it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It could
All
go
right.
in
I gotta put that on my
my gay
radar.
sports team genres.
that
Okay.
that animation is really good, and the soundtrack's really
It's
good too.
it's pretty.
Okay. I'll add that to watch sooner rather than later. So okay.
Mhm.
Bump that on my list.
Yes, sir. All right, another manga ended this week. We got Oshinoko just ended today
Mm.
I need to catch up.
as we're talking. Yeah, I'm like 15 chapters behind. And once
Yeah.
again, the fabled manga ending strikes again, where the whole anime community is almost more vocal than the last two about how poorly written and rushed this ending was.
Oof.
And then the writer,
See,
yeah,
I want to ask y'all a question, but y'all haven't seen the ending yet. I want to know if the hate is justified. That's all. Or is it
a
maybe
lot of
just-
times this, I mean, a lot, there's always like over like stretched, but a lot of times in these scenarios, it's like, yeah, it is, because people don't really like hate
Probably.
that hard on manga. They kind of just let it be. So when you hear about it that heavily, then a lot of times they're right. But I haven't read
For
it myself.
manga.
I'm a few chapters behind, so I'm gonna read it. I was waiting for it to finish. I'll probably read it this week, and then
Okay,
I'll
so
say next week.
yeah. So
Now
if
I'm
y'all
interested
do
to
end up
see what
catching up,
everyone's talking about.
I'd like to hear y'all thoughts on it
Yeah.
next week if you're able to catch up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know
Will do.
that what sucks is I know there's gonna be no like real relationships because I'm like 14 chapters behind, and they're moving this so slowly that it's like it's only gonna
Can't
be
form
some
anything.
last chapter shit where it's like,
That's
oh,
what I was
such and such
wondering.
married somebody, and it's like
That's why I was
feel like
asking the
a
question.
lot
Like,
of the fans are looking for a drawn out like relationship, and Akane
I
and
wonder
Aqua
if
are,
it's a time skip kind of thing.
I
I wonder
can
if
see
it's a
that.
time skip ending. Because that I could see
mm,
people getting really mad about that, especially because a lot of us do want that long relationship, which you're not going
mhm.
to get in the last 20, 15 chapters.
Exactly. So Akane and him were in a relationship, but
Mhm.
they that was fake relationship for real, for all
Yeah.
intents, or at least from Aqua's side, not from Akane's side.
Okay.
So yeah. But anyways, next is Overlord movie drop this weekend or last
Okay.
weekend,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it did 1.1 million its first opening weekend. So, you know,
That is incredible.
that's some
Awesome.
good shit.
Yeah.
A
Great
lot
for
of my
anime.
friends went to see it.
Yes.
We went to see it, and we'll get
Yep.
into that later.
We went to see it.
Yep.
That's very good.
Marcus didn't come with us for some reason. What was it?
Nobody told me.
Yes.
Nobody told me.
Yes.
So
Nah,
he
see-
was sitting
see,
here
look,
in
nobody
River Park
told
on
me,
Discord by
Marcus. I
himself.
can't even
Nobody's
blame you,
told me
Marcus.
one. Nobody told me, and
I
I
can't
was
even blame
in
you.
Thriller Park waiting for everybody until the pop-ups in the chat was people in movie theater seats.
See, well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I don't blame you, but it's partially your fault. You want to hear why? Because if you showed the hell up more often, then you could hear about our endeavors. So that part is your fault. The second part is Lo do be doing stuff and not telling people. So I also blame Lo. So it's a group blame, right?
Because you
here.
know I would have been there for Overlord.
Look, I
You know
apologize
I
to
would've
him
been
earlier.
there.
I did apologize to him earlier.
Oh
That was on me.
man.
That was on me.
That was funny.
And technically,
saying,
I didn't
Lo.
say anything to jokes too. I don't know why, but he found out because I told everybody while we were doing weekly.
Well,
And then he hit me to
you
ask me
did.
where we
You
were going.
did tell me.
I did? Oh, well.
You did tell me.
Then I have no excuse. I have
Excuses
no
out the
excuse.
window.
Yeah, no excuse whatsoever.
Wow, he just avoided you, Marcus.
I know. I know. It happens.
I will make it up to you. I
That's
apologize.
crazy.
I'm a solo player anyway.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
See what he tried to do there.
Well, that did well. We're
Mhm.
going to talk about the movie later. But yeah, did you see it? Did you see the movie?
I'm gonna catch it this weekend.
So you're just going to hear us spoil it.
I
I
asked him
don't
about it.
care.
He
I'm
said he
still
does not
going to
care.
watch it.
All right.
I don't care.
We've been
I'm
waiting
still
so
going to
long.
watch it.
Spoilers.
Okay. Also, the first 3 episodes, I think, of Dragon Ball Daima dub are also in theaters, and I can tell you right now, with the utmost confidence, save your money. It is not worth it in the first 3 episodes to go to the theaters.
Jokes. You said you were trying to go see that, right?
I ended up not going.
Thank you. Okay.
Save your money.
Because I tried to warn him.
Well, but here's the
proud
thing.
of
Like
you.
There's a
I know you
Goku
say
fight in the bar. That's it.
save.
In the
Like
first
I've already
3.
seen the first 6 episodes that were out, so like it wasn't like I didn't know what was happening.
It's for
And
the
like
people who wanted to wait for dub.
valid.
Yeah, but that's not enough action for me to pay $20
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
and buy popcorn. And no,
Hey,
not
listen,
at all.
I got a movie pass, Jones, so it's like I don't.
True.
Like, I never really spend much, so it's like whenever I can just go.
True. I wouldn't mind, you know what I mean, watching it in English again, but this one, obviously, the English is really good. So, but that's in theaters for those who want to be stupid. Go see it.
Oh no, well, that's done. It was only for 3 days, so if you didn't see it,
Oh,
it's,
well then,
it's a
hey.
Oh, there
wrap.
you go.
3 days?
Even they knew people weren't
Saturday,
gonna be that
Sunday, and
stupid.
Monday,
Then just go
or
boot up
Sunday, Monday,
Crunchyroll, call it a
Tuesday.
day.
Yeah,
3
they did it
days,
for
Look,
3 days,
3
and that's it.
episodes.
We'll get
Done.
100,000 out the super fans.
They
That's
took
what
it. Yep.
Toei was thinking.
They're not wrong.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
At all. They probably did get 100,000 out the super fans.
Easy. Yeah. Easy.
That's like Pokemon putting something out and not expecting me to go buy it instantly.
There you go. There you go.
Tim Sharp Plus coming in.
Next, we have Arcane Season 2 is dropped and is well received.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I heard, but I haven't confirmed, which I was going to, but I forgot to when I was writing down my notes this week. Apparently, Arcane cost $250 million to make.
Yep, it's supposed to
And
be the
that's
most
the
expensive.
most expensive anime ever made.
Yep.
But I saw that news report, but I gotta confirm that because sometimes it be gas and shit. But that's crazy.
Pretty
So
sure
That thing
that
is
100%
beautiful.
lit.
It's beautiful as all living hell.
It
Oh,
is.
it
It's not
is
more beautiful than
wonderful.
something I haven't seen before. Is the thing. It's that.
Have you watched
I
it?
mean, yeah.
I've seen episodes or like
Okay.
clips and animation. I haven't seen like a full episode, but I'm not saying it's not beautiful. It does look really good. But is it
super well
is it
produced?
better
It
than
is.
everything I've seen? No.
I would say
They
it's
said
absolutely
Demon
beautiful,
Slayer-
but I definitely like things
Is it
more.
what?
But that's just
Yeah,
because I
they
like
said
things
Demon
more.
Slayer take $90K to make. So I'm like, that's not that much of a tier difference from Demon Slayer for $250 million. That's not that much of a difference.
It has Demon Slayer.
No, but I know, but that's my point. That's the money they spend. They said
Mhm.
they spend $90K an episode. So if you do the math, that's not no $250 million.
Hey, listen,
So
that
I don't
250,
know.
wait.
that's legit because that's been reported by Variety and by Gizmodo. So,
Okay.
So by companies that like don't do as much when it comes time for like anime and stuff like that is reporting something like that. Yeah.
Nah, I believe it. I just hadn't, like I said, I hadn't looked
I
at it.
haven't
I just
started
saw it on
season 2
Instagram.
yet. I probably started. I think next weekend. I think Act 3 comes out, which is the end of it. So next weekend, I'm gonna watch I just want to just knock it all in one go, one shot. Got too much stuff on the plate to watch and do and stuff like that. So I said I'll take a Saturday and just go through them and call it a day. But I'm super excited to watch it.
It
I
also
watched the
could
first
be
3
that.
episodes. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, season 2 is definitely making me want to watch it.
Okay.
Looking at it. It also could be that they paid Netflix a whole bunch of money and promotion as well as like that could be
True.
accounted for.
True.
In the whole project.
Yeah.
True.
Because it's League of Legends, so they definitely have a bunch of money.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't even know if it's League of Legends money.
It,
Go Loser Rangers getting season 2, April 2025.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Jokes, did you end up watching season
I haven't
1?
finished it. I haven't finished it.
Okay.
Jokes, I feel like that's always the case with you, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm shifting
I'm
gears.
listening.
Like I didn't have this conversation with Sin because I was like,
Gears?
I be trying to do so much, and things just be getting pushed to the back burner, the side burner, the whatever
This is what
burner
I
you
be
want to
telling
put it
Benny.
on.
Okay, cook. Let me hear it.
And it's like I gotta hunker down and just focus on one thing. Like obviously wrestling is my biggest thing, but that gets recorded and I can watch that on a normal basis. But anime is just I'm getting so far behind, it's not even funny.
Have you seen Free Run?
Nope.
It's funny because look, Jokes, I'm now practically caught up. I watch anime practically weekly now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm
So
saying.
do I. I was always behind. I feel like it's Noah kicking our
Yeah.
butts. He's like, "What are you two doing?
Exactly.
You're not watching anime."
He's over there. He's been cracking the whip for months, and now he's finally got us in love and watching anime every week.
And I'm
Bro.
going, "Hey Noah, I'm watching this isekai." He's like, "Watch Eller."
Yes.
Hey, like a year ago,
I mean,
Sim
that's
said he
all
was
Noah
gonna
puts in
lock
the
in.
chat is the isekai majority of the time. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
Noah,
yo,
and I have
that
locked
and MF Ghost.
I have absolutely locked in Noah. So
Like a year ago, Sim said he was locking in too, and then he locked in.
yeah,
And now
So-
he's doing some weekly stuff.
yeah.
But that's what I did, jokes. That's what I told Benny. A lot of times when you get them stacked up, it's like if you literally just pick one, it doesn't even matter if it's top
Yeah.
or bottom on your list. Do it. Wish I say, just do it. And then you just do it.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm saying just sit down and say, okay, I've been thinking about this for 2 years. I'm gonna watch this one. Finish it. Okay, next one. It kind of gets you in the snowball mood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I told Benny too.
Right.
But
And of course, if you need recommendations of what you need to be watching, all you have to do is just send one
Oh,
message out.
absolutely. Hey, listen,
'Cause
it's
we
not even
gotta-
hard to ask for recommendations. The list that I have from what you guys talk about on the normal is like just sitting there. I just need to pick one off
Gotcha.
the list and just go
oh,
for it.
you be writing them
Yeah.
down?
Hey, I just watched the video. Hey, listen, if I need notes, I'll just go watch the video again.
Yeah,
It's only like
engagement.
10.
Cheat sheet.
What about Vinland Saga season 2?
No, I started season 1. I did
Oh, you
start
saw-
season
okay.
1. Yeah.
Okay.
Vinland's
You
good.
saw Thor's fight on the boat.
What episode is that?
That's like the beginning of episode
Yeah,
1.
probably.
I
Like
think
the
it was
been a
like
beginning
minute.
of Thor's
episode 2.
fighting.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched, so I don't
That
remember.
was like episode 3, I think, when he really
Yeah.
gets busy on the boat. Yeah.
Nah, I'm talking
Yeah, it
about at
was
the
early.
beginning he fights and then he
Oh,
abandons
gotcha.
the war.
Gotcha.
And then later, episode 3 he fights. But yeah, watch that one. That anime is so good. I don't even put it on the same level as anime. It's like its own thing for me. But that's a different story. So Go Loser Ranger season 2 is coming out. It
Mhm.
was good. It was like a 7.5 out of 10 for me.
I gotta
enjoyed
rewatch it. I
Not
was
bad.
getting lost in some of what was going on, so I do need to give it a rewatch and finish it so I can be ready for season 2. But
Yeah, maybe the second
Mhm.
12 episodes will make
help
me
with
enjoy
some
it
of that.
more.
Yeah,
But by the end of it, I was like, okay, I just need more before I'm really locked in.
got you. I feel you.
Mm-hmm. And last is some video game news, and it's that Sparking Zero has lost 90% of its player base
Wow. Did they say why?
just because.
What game is
I
this
mean, they
again?
didn't say why. Sparking Zero is the new Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
Ah,
Mhm.
okay, thank you.
They
I can
didn't
tell
say
you.
why, but
Maybe
initially,
Call of Duty
Probably
probably.
matchmaking.
I
no,
was gonna say.
my none. I don't think it's any of that. My deduction is that first of all, the original appeal of Dragon Ball Z of Budokai Tenkaichi was that it was couch co-op. Like you were playing these versus your friends and stuff like that. So doing it online is fun, but it definitely doesn't have the same appeal. Also, everybody doesn't have people to play online with. You know what I mean? For that type of game. Like myself, I've got a few friends, but I don't have a lot of friends playing that game online for that
Mhm.
particular game. So most of it I've been playing by myself. I haven't played in a week and a half, so I'm one of that 90%. Not because I don't want to. It's just
Right.
after I beat every character
Everything,
story,
the
it's
story, it's like, see, you're where
if
I'm
you're
at.
not grinding it, then there's no reason to. Which I actually planned on grinding to get in ranked and go up a little bit, but at the moment, I got Dragon's Dogma 2. I've been playing Call of Duty because it's actually good for once. So
The moment Call of Duty dropped, I was like, I already knew. I put in the work in Sparking Zero because I knew the moment
Mhm.
Call of Duty came out, all my focus is
Yeah, every
going
time I
in
boot
the
up
zombies,
Discord,
going.
you're in Call of Duty. Every time
I
boot
had
up
no
Discord.
plans to play on
Always
Call of
see where
Duty,
Marcus is.
but I played the beta and it ended up being good. And I haven't liked Call of Duty since literally Modern Warfare 2. And this one I'm playing because it feels like the old one. So Sparking Zero, it just doesn't. It seems like that's what the case is. Everybody got it because it was like, cool, we can play our favorite characters. We haven't seen the super characters in game yet, all this different stuff. And then if you don't have someone to play with, you're pretty much done. So the only people still playing are people who are grinding, or maybe that's their only game.
I was like, I don't
Everybody
believe
else.
they even grinded because it's like once you beat the story, like I've done
Well,
a
I
lot
mean,
of that.
grinding like ranked.
Like,
and,
but
like,
here's
skill.
the issue, and that's my issue. Like, I stopped playing because the online is garbage. Trying to get in battles with people can literally take like 10 to 15 minutes just
really?
for a single battle.
Yeah,
Like I will
That's
go
terrible.
in.
it takes a minute, and then like you can't do custom
I had
lobbies.
a
At
few
least
like
the
that,
last
but I didn't
time
have too bad a problem.
I went online, you couldn't make like a custom lobby and like actually like close the lobby so only like your
Yeah,
friends
I remember that.
can join
Oh,
in.
that sucks. I know that's a
And
big
then
thing
like
in fighting
everyone's like when you play like ranked and online, everyone is using the same at least at that point in time was the same meta team, which was like Yajirobe, who just got nerfed, and
I
then
was
like
going crazy. I got to
Dude,
A rank with him, bro. I was
and
going
Celsi,
crazy with
like it was
Yajirobe.
just crazy. And then like
Nobody
Adele
should ever say
too.
that.
it was
I was.
tough.
I told
Rough.
you I was going crazy with him.
Yeah. Like,
I got to A rank
Okay.
with him, bro. I was trying to get to S, but I kept running into fucking Gogeta Super
I was
Saiyan.
about to say.
Yep.
And
It's
Whis.
the same team, same characters all the time. Like they
I'll
just
be
didn't
picking
make
so many different characters. It's so fun, but
Dr.
I know
Gero
how they
broken.
fix all of this before we move on, because we should move on. I know
Yeah.
how they fix all of this. Add crossplay. That was
That's
the
it.
biggest issue originally. If they added crossplay from the start, it would have fucking broke the whole internet. I think they add crossplay. A whole bunch of people come back because we'll be able to play against our friends on console and stuff like that.
Okay.
I love playing against their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Very
Yep.
true. All right. Thanks for that, Noah. That was very informative. Let's
Thank you.
transition to talk about Thriller Park. Marcus.
Are you caught up,
What
Marcus?
did we watch again?
Oh, I'm
I
caught
don't
up.
remember.
You were
I'm
watching
caught
each
up.
week? You be
Yeah, I
watching
watched-
each week? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you selected Rainbow for us to watch. Is that correct, Marcus?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Have you seen this before you started? I mean, before we
No.
started.
I have
Alright,
not.
So this was an original viewing for
Yes,
you.
an original view, going in blind, read nothing about it,
Okay.
just like everybody else. So
Okay.
you guys can say, "Oh, there's another one that Marcus has seen that we haven't
Thank
seen."
you.
So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
we do appreciate it.
Keep doing it.
So let me just give just a quick rundown of where we are in this story, real quick, just to remind everybody. The first 10 episodes we were all on board with. They were dealing with the guys were in prison, juvenile detention, whatever. We had the doctor as their adversary, and we had the guard as their adversary. After episode 10, things kind of took a downfall, and we got Bro's long story arc out of here, right? And then from episode 11 to episode 16, everybody gets thrown back in prison out of breaking out. We get rid of the guard, finally. We get rid of the doctor. They put a plan together, figure out how and get rid of the doctor. Mario ends up back in jail and gets back out again. And we have a recap episode within like 4 episodes. My question to, before we get into what else, my question to all
This
of
is
you who
after
have
a
seen
time
it,
skip too.
there's time skips all over the place. They don't do well of placing them or like subtitling them
Exactly.
on the screen. But yes, time skips are all over the place because over this time, years have happened. Where in the hell is this show going at this point? Because it is 26 episodes.
Hey, but it picked up a little bit. It did pick up. I say these last 3 episodes saved it because we was ready to drop this mofo.
I'm
Marcus.
still this close, ready to drop it. I'm being so serious.
This shit boring as hell.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not as ready to drop it as I was before after
Mhm.
these 3 episodes. Like, but where could they go? I know the subtle romance thing between the nurse lady and
and Mario,
Mario
yes.
happening, but like, and I know like she's getting married, but like, didn't that already happen now?
Too late to introduce.
And then
new
why does this girl
characters.
from the
I don't know.
confused.
They,
That's
and
the
I'm
question.
not. I don't really want to find out. That's the problem. I don't really care. Now that bro is
That's it.
gone, I'm not like driven to say what's gonna happen. I don't care about
But
any
bro
of them.
took one for the team.
Bro took one for the anime.
If they wanted to focus
Yeah, that was a terrible death.
on the actual romance between Mario and the nurse, I would be in, honestly, because that I could see them. Okay, first half was that, second half is this, but they moved everything too fast. All of a sudden, she's getting married. All of a sudden, they went on dates. All of a sudden, he's fighting and getting in jail. But then he's out. But then he's in. But then he's out. And I'm like, what's going on? And where is
Yeah,
she? Is she married?
yeah.
Is she not? Is she gone?
Yeah, the pacing of these last like
This is one
4
episode.
episodes have been, like they fly through stuff so fast that feel like it should have enough meat on it to carry to the end of the series. But I have no clue what is going on in the creator's head right now. Like I predicted people getting caught, going back in, but the speed at which all that stuff happened is like, why are you blowing through all of this so fast? So now what do we have to look forward to for the rest of the time? There are no adversaries left. Like you said, Gabby, it's just is Mario and the girl gonna get past bro and finally get together? That's like it. And it's not like that strong of a relationship to really care about at the end of the day. So my question is, do we need to start cutting stuff off when it gets this bad and move on to what's next when it comes to Thriller Park? That's the
Oh,
question I wanna
absolutely.
know.
I mean, like I said, it's up to
I
a
feel like
unanimous
it.
vote if we cut
Of
it off.
course. Yeah.
But I'm always down to cut something off if it's bad. There's no reason to carry out misery.
Yeah, like if it's like super bad, like what was that other one that we watched? It was like really bad. I can't remember it because it was so bad.
Any one of your first 2 or 3 picks, probably?
No, stop.
Wait, it
Don't.
was that one that you suggested that was like an isekai harem that was supposed to be a thriller. You remember that one?
We
Nah.
got 7 minutes into the episode. We were like, hey, something's wrong here.
Hell no. We said, hey, we were like,
We had to call audible.
What
so quick.
was that? Oh my god, I'm trying to remember the name.
I'd have to go look it up. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it because that was too hilarious.
Said about a
it was
good shit.
not a thriller.
That was,
it was like,
yeah, that was aloof.
shit felt
Yeah.
like Konosuba.
Yeah. Yeah. You missed us with that one, buddy.
Dang, Marcus, you didn't even look at Google the jump beforehand to make sure that it fit the criteria.
Nah. It wasn't
Hey,
even
Joe,
close.
I don't want to hear that from
Thriller,
you.
check.
Hey, listen, I know I haven't been here, but Marcus, I will at least Google it and make sure that it fits the criteria before I make that recommendation.
Jokes. I'm so mad you didn't stay for ReZero, bro. ReZero's
Yeah,
generational. bro.
that was a travesty.
I'm
for
mad you didn't stay for ReZero because now I'm an addict.
real. Yeah, we're like we are all in. Yeah, like
And this season 3
I
is
have some
airing
words
right now.
about this
It's
week's
crazy.
episode. Y'all are gonna hear them.
Oh, today's episode? Yeah,
I'm
we're
back.
about to watch it after this.
Oh yeah, for sure. So all right, so here's the question now. With Rainbow, do we give it one more shot and decide if it's going up or if it's still stuck here or it's gotten worse and decide to pull the plug and move on to what's next? Is that how we handle it this week? One more shot? And depending on how it goes, we either dump
I say yes.
Hands up if
just
we drop
because-
it.
Oof.
I
Oof.
kind of want to give it one more chance, just to see if they. Just one episode, honestly. I want to give it one episode to see where it goes. If anything,
Hand up or
after this
down,
one,
Gabby.
Okay, I put it up.
All right, everybody.
Gabby
We're
said
called
if we're being
audible.
If we're being indecisive, fuck it. Excuse my language. Screw it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not. You're
All right,
honestly, you're not wrong.
so-
Wait, but I have a conniption here because
What?
I swear on everything
That's a word.
that Gabby didn't pick Steins Gate next. Tell me if
I-
I'm wrong, Gabby. I could have sworn she picked a different one.
I sent her the 2 options that was left over, and it was Steins Gate and it was something else.
Because there was another one she named that I had heard, and I was
ID
like,
invaded.
it might
That
be
sounds. It's,
How about
that
that was
sounds
That
Joke's
is
pick?
on my list of ones I wanted to put on, but I don't know. I know I
Isn't
talked about
ID
it. I don't know
invaded
if I
Jokes'
suggested
pick?
it.
I think I may have said that actually at one point because I know I started
Because
watching.
he,
that.
because he,
I mean,
he
like,
pushed it to that one because it was
look,
a
does it really
different one.
matter?
Steins Gate wasn't on our list.
Oh no,
Does
it
it
don't
really
matter.
matter
The only
when it
reason
comes
that
to
I'm-
Jokes' picks? Like, if he's not going to be
Yeah,
there
'cause
to
most
watch
Thursdays
it
I
with
ain't gonna
us,
be there.
The
not
only
trying to be
reason that I'm
mean, just saying.
contesting the Steins Gate pick is because this one was super lore heavy, and I kind of want one that's maybe a little more adventurous or like, you know what I mean,
That's fair.
moving around and
okay,
stuff like
so,
that.
So,
So I'm not
so-
against Steins Gate, but if we can remember the other one that Gabby said,
All right, tune in.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the Loading Snacks Instagram tomorrow to see what we're watching. We'll figure it out once we finish wrapping this up of what we're going to next, whether it's Steins Gate or we go with something else on the list or something like that. But either way, we've decided to put the kibosh on the Rainbow. If everybody wants to go back and finish it on their own, feel free. But Thriller
I'm gonna
Park,
Google it.
Thriller Park, we're closing the doors on that one. Okay, so let's move on from that. Gabby,
Yeah.
you have a topic for us for this week to discuss.
I do, and Noah's gonna have a lot to say about this topic.
Okay.
I feel targeted.
I mean, maybe. It was actually similar to what someone said earlier, but Okay, plushies.
You're getting attacked by
Isekais.
plushies.
I am always being attacked by plushies.
Oh.
Our main topic is isekais.
Okay.
A lot of the times, a lot of people will just honestly disregard them. And with the number of isekais in the past few years that have been coming out, I would say they probably account for a lot of the seasonal animes that have been coming out recently. There are probably always at least 5 isekais each season that come out.
Mhm.
And a lot of people will just disregard them because they always say it's someone falls into a new world, they become a famous hero, blah, 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 blah. They live their life, they have these powers, and that's it. But there are a lot of isekais that are amazing. Though, to no fault of their own, there are way too many isekais that are trash.
Mhm.
With the amount of isekais that are really just coming out, do you think that hurts or helps the ones that are like a diamond in the rough, or are there more good and bad now? Opinions on isekais and kind of the abundance of them at this moment in time, because they do kind of run the anime scene at the moment.
They
Personally,
do.
I think.
They do.
I do feel like it's kind of oversaturated right now as far as like isekai content. I feel like it was not as many back then as it is now that is animated. And I think that says a lot to how popular that genre has really developed. I would say in the last like 15, 20 years. So it's hard to say how specific diamond in the roughs are brought to our attention because there's such an influx of isekai. It's like every other month there's a new isekai dropping. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think. I think there has been a boom, I would say, within the past decade of isekai. Is just that's the thing that
Since Sword Art Online cursed the entire anime world.
hey, don't hate it. All right, don't hate my.
You have a very valid point. Honestly, we could probably trace it back to that point.
Yeah, I'm not mad at
Just
that.
took it away. We'd have no more isekai. Go axe it. Talk to A1 Pictures.
No, well, we
We had a different timeline.
don't need to ask my baby. We don't need to ask my
Nope.
baby.
Sword Art, stay right there.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's your baby.
Axe it.
We can get into that another time why I love it so much. But
Axe it.
yeah, I think the ones that deserve the praise get them. Say like a ReZero, like a Sword Art, like a Jobless Reincarnation. There's plenty of there that I feel like do get the shine. I think with every genre, you'll get and when influx starts popping in a certain genre, you see a whole bunch of like different type of shonen type of ones come out, and romance ones will have their bloom here and there, stuff like that. And the ones that are garbage will fall to the wayside like they usually do, and the winners will stand on top. I think just this is Isekai's time right now to have it, because you have a bunch of wild and crazy ones like the refrigerator one, when somebody gets turned to a refrigerator and gets isekai, and someone's a sword. Yeah, like
the vending machine one too. That one was
that's the one I was thinking. I think that's what I was thinking when I said.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
crossing the line, Japan.
Yeah,
I feel like some of these isekais, like they may fall, like you said, by the wayside, like they're in the trash. But then there are some that never really got their fair shake, like Grimoire Fantasy Ash. Like that was an amazing isekai. Like it deserves another season, but it's never going to get one.
I mean, that's what anime in general. There are plenty of animes out there that deserve more seasons.
But I feel like to Gabby's point, that's a diamond in the rough type of isekai that deserves a light to be a spotlight on it, because it was really well drawn, animated, and the dialogue was pretty good, and the music was pretty on point. So it has a very solid story.
Of isekai. Yeah, but because of the influx of isekai, it'll probably never come up again due to new ones being created. So that makes sense to what you're getting at.
Just,
because you have the diamonds in the rough that get famous, but you have the diamonds in the rough like that are just like will always kind of be underneath the surface.
And also some may get cursed because
come up again.
Depending on what studio house they come out of. Like stuff comes out of Mappa, everybody's gonna watch that.
Everybody gonna flock to that.
Just A1
That's
pictures,
very
stuff
true.
like
Another
that.
good point.
Yeah, their eyes gonna go straight to that first before they give another one a shot, because Mappa's been on the tear, A1 also, stuff like that. So it just there's just different factors involved. Like I said, it's just isekai's time to go through those pains with anime right now. What about you? What you think, Noah?
Um, I don't think it's affecting the diamonds in the rough, but I think that it's I think that well, first of all, luckily a lot of isekais are like slowing down. Like before, we used to get like 15 a season. Now it's like five, and
That's true.
I think that um, that's they're fine. They're at this point they're trying to figure out like what's the next big thing, like what's the next, and
That's what
they've
I was
jumped
thinking.
back into fantasy hardcore, which I'm loving, like Free Ren and
Hmm.
Dan Machi and stuff like that, where it's already in the fantasy world with no you know,
Yeah.
reincarnation or anything like that. So they still have a bunch of isekais coming out, but I think right now they're looking for the next big thing because Japan as a whole's marketing is just to milk the hell out of something. So they need to find something to keep like producing and writing stories on. But for right now, they're just gonna keep dropping them because people are watching them, people are consuming them. But I kind of look at them at first. A lot of them I didn't like, but so now I kind of look at them as like I'll watch them and I'm just like, what's this one gonna be about? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like the vending machine one, I just didn't care because it sounded stupid.
I
But
agree. Yeah.
the sword one was actually kind of good.
Mhm.
And I'll just watch them. They're super forgettable, and it's kind of like Sunday night or Sunday morning cartoons for me, where like I'll see them and I'm just like, okay, this character's got this power. He's got these 8 girls who are in love with him. There's this slave girl he's got to save or something, and that's kind of how I look at him now. So it's just I'm ready for him to be done with for sure, but I
Hmm.
definitely always check them out to see which one. And if 10 come out, I'll check out like 3 or 4. I mean, I'll check them all out and pick like 3 or 4 of them and
Right.
watch them. And yeah,
Mhm.
most of them just get forgotten. Usually there's like one every season that's like, okay, probably in a year, this one will have another season, like
Okay.
at least one or two. So I don't really think it affects the diamonds in the rough. I just think that because one thing we know is if it's popular, is they're gonna make it.
Hmm.
Oh
They're
yeah,
gonna
for
make
sure.
it for
That's
sure.
fair.
Like if it's popular, they're gonna make money off of it. And little things come down to like, why don't we have no game, no life? Little rights in different studio and legality issues. Like
Hmm.
clearly people want it.
Mhm.
So there's a number of reasons as to why anime may not have a season two. And it's not quite like movies over here where it's like they just haven't made it because of whatever reason. Sometimes they won't even tell you because it's Japan and they're super secretive. So,
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that's what I think.
Mhm.
Anybody else have anything they want to add to it?
Only thing I'll throw in there, I mean, with the way like there was a bunch, like let's just say obviously the different studios. So like I feel like everyone at a point in time, every studio was like, hey, listen, we need to try our hand at making an isekai. And I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why you see or at least saw so many of them at one time. Um, but then it was trying to find out, kind of like what Noah said, it was something what was going to stick and what people were going to latch on to. Because once you figure out which one you can latch on to, then you just milk the hell out of it at that point for it.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. Like Noah thinks like the vending machine one is stupid. Like when I hear something like that, I'm like, who the hell would ever think about to just turn someone into a vending machine and
They're
let's
running out
see
of
what.
ideas, bro. But
When
the
we
thing
start,
is, it's getting a season two. Do you know
Right.
that? He's
and
making
see
money off
that
of this.
that
It
That's
is.
the
that actually
reason.
makes me
Yes.
want to go and watch the first season
First
just
is
so I can say I've seen it and just if I need to discuss on it. It's
Actually,
like
I mean,
That
I
can get
heard
a
it was
proper
good.
season 2, but they're messing with Promise Netherland and they can't redo this.
that
That's
that
what I'm
was that
saying.
was a
Each
crime. That
each
was a
it's
crime idea.
like their industry is so case by case as to where like over here it's just different, but their industry is so case by case as to why things don't or do happen. And it's never just like, oh, it didn't happen here, so it's not, so it's gonna happen here, or vice versa.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
Gabby, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts? Since you asked the question, just curious.
Honestly, I'd never watched a lot of isekais. To be honest, when I first kind of saw them coming out, I wasn't interested in a lot of topics because they were just like the big run-on names, all of this stuff. It never interested me. I was always strictly kind of just like a fantasy person, even though a lot of isekais do happen in the fantasy realm.
Hmm.
The combination of the isekai and maybe the harem aspect always threw me off. So I was just never interested in it. It's only over this past few years I started getting into them. And even then, it's only the bigger isekais or maybe some smaller ones like campfire cooking because I love food animes and that was a food anime isekai. And I fell in love with that. But now that I'm starting to watch things like, ReZero, Slime, and all that, I'm falling in love with isekais, really.
You've
They're really
always
good.
watched Isekai, you just didn't know it.
Yeah, that's
Elite,
You got a point.
Inuyasha,
It's
Yu Yu
Escaflowne.
Hakusho,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
They've been
even
there.
Dragon Ball is an Isekai. Dragon Ball is an Isekai. A little boy goes
Yeah.
to a different world
Yeah.
and fights alien gods. It's an Isekai.
He
The
just
word
doesn't do it.
Oh
He doesn't
Isekai
do
my
it without
means another world. Yes.
Yeah. He just
I want to
get
put that on
die
a
and get
forum post
resurrected
and watch
everything.
people argue that.
Oh yeah, just tag
Because
Lotus Snacks in
people
it. Yeah, just
argue
put
Dragon
that.
Ball is an Isekai.
Is
See, that should
Dragon
have been
Ball
my
an
clickbait
isekai?
title
Someone
today.
put that somewhere.
Is Dragon Ball an
Please,
Isekai?
please. Yes. And then
That should
watch the
be, but I
comments
got
below.
another topic, but
Okay. Cool. Since we got that out of the way, that was a great topic, Gabby. All right, let's get on to our weeklies and the two movies that we watched over the weekend. So we're gonna start with Overlord: The Sacred Kingdom. So you are the super fan aficionado of us when it comes to Overlord, Noah. So I'm gonna let you run with this one, and we can get into our thoughts and opinions on the Overlord movie. So I'll let you take it away.
on my thoughts on that the movie was amazing. I loved it. For an Overlord movie, I give it straight off the bat, I give it a 9 out of 10 for an
Ooh.
Overlord production. As
Okay.
far as
For you.
like all the details weren't there perfectly, but animation was there. Gore, it was darker than any of the other Overlord stuff we've seen so far.
For sure.
Which the light novel, any of the light novel readers out there know, the light novel is really dark. So it was nice to see them delve into that some more. They turned Homegirl into a pinata.
Oh
And
my
then,
What was that? Kelka, I think
that
that's her
was
name.
disrespectful.
yeah,
They-
princess.
They didn't need to show us that on repeat.
They
The
did.
audio
oh,
was
they had to do
good.
that.
Mhm.
Yep. The soundtrack was good. The voice acting was really good. The voice acting, they was just in the studio screaming, but that shit gave you a tingle in your spine. They were really
Yeah.
screaming. So the voice acting was really good. It was really good in IMAX.
It was.
We all kept turning around because we thought people were behind us when they were in like a crowd or something because the surround sound.
Yeah.
Some things that I didn't like is that they cut the fight with Booser, which is kind of like a pretty good fight in the novel. Booser was the leader of one of the people that Demiurge sent in, and he was one of the people who hadn't seen Ainz yet, and he was part of Demiurge. And I don't know if y'all know, but Demiurge on his floor, he's like doing uh bio chemical, or not biochemical, like biogenetic experiments with races, and he combines races and like gets human slaves and does all these different stuff. So this person is someone who he upgraded and sent out and became the leader, and he was going to fight Ainz and he didn't. I thought that was weird that they time skipped that. And then
Okay.
second, I didn't like the end fight was just kind of animations and explosions. They didn't really give us any choreography or anything like that. It's rare that Ainz
Yeah.
fights hand to hand. He usually does grasp hard on everything. So that was 2 fights. I was really hoping to see him go crazy. And the animation was cool, but it was just explosions. Nia, the main girl, the new girl, who hopefully is in season 5 and going forward, she's I loved her. She was really great. But in the novel, she literally creates a religion for him and gets so many followers, and it's not just her. And that's what I was hoping to see a little more of.
Well, they alluded to that's where it's going
At the end,
of it,
Yeah.
Maybe
But that
we'll get
happens
that.
during that process. When she
Okay.
has the bow and she's
Okay.
fighting, she's got like 100 followers. So I was hoping to see more of that. And hopefully we'll
maybe
see
in the
that in
next
season
season.
5.
Yeah, maybe next
Yeah,
season
yeah.
they'll pick up kind of right at the tail end of this, and you can see like those bonds, like you said, since it happened at that when they was on the wall and she had all those dudes cheering for her because she was holding it down. Maybe like that
Correct.
starts
Mhm.
to happen then. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
So I really liked her character though. I thought her voice actor was good too. And I liked her dynamic with Ainz, how she was so pressed on Ainz. I thought that was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
The runes jokes and stuff like
Oh my
that were
God.
hilarious. I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
those were like movie theater jokes. Like those weren't,
Yeah.
you know how like some movies like Avengers and like hero movies or big action movies often have jokes that like are made to be funny in the movie theater. You know what I mean?
I get what you're
Not
saying.
really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're
Yeah.
clearly like Deadpool. Deadpool had only movie theater jokes. The entire thing was movie theater jokes. Bro broke the fourth wall like 8 times. Anyways, I
Yup.
thought that's what they did. So I was like, it was actually felt like a movie theater production.
Got you.
And I was really happy. Plus, it was 2.5 hours,
Yes.
True.
which was a
Jokes.
lot. That wasn't enough time, but it was a lot.
No,
I feel you.
I could have
Jokes.
sat there for longer.
It wasn't enough time to do a whole book.
What were your thoughts, Jokes, since you saw it with us?
Thoroughly enjoyed this from top to bottom. Like the only reason why I knew, obviously, from what Noah said, there were certain parts that didn't necessarily. Well, we know how movies are, even if it is anime. Some things, unfortunately, just don't make it past the cutting room floor. But I felt like even with this movie being damn near 2.5 hours, it didn't feel overwhelming at the smallest. And I feel like they could have put some of the like that major fight that was missing. I feel like they could have pieced that in there, and it's still the movie. It was just so good. The just the character building that they kind of did, like there's like a small, I guess that's like a small little time skip, but it ain't a major skip when you go from that battle into them trying to go to the kingdom to recruit Ainz or whoever to come help them save the day, pretty much. um but I thought everything was just executed. I don't want to say perfectly, but I don't think this could have gone any bad. I think they did everything to a T the way that they should. The story was enjoyable. The animation was good. Um, I loved it. And
Okay.
like I binged the last season because I know I got a little bit further. And I was like, I gotta binge this last season to make sure that I'm ready for this
The last
movie.
season was good, right?
The last season was
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but like you said, like seeing Ainz like battling like hand to hand for a second, I kind of was like, I didn't know my man actually got down like that. I was like, outside of the magic, like
Hey, Momon.
You remember, I was just
hey,
gonna say, you don't remember?
Yeah.
I remember Momon, but it's like obviously with the magic and everything that's the main, I would say his main catalyst that he want to go to.
Ainz
Um,
is like an in-game RuneScape character, so they would still beat a level 20 in a physical, even if they're a mage at
mhm,
level 99 in RuneScape. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's how you got to look at Ainz.
but
If you could put a score on it, Jokes, what would you put on it?
I'm with Noah. Like I would immediately throw a 9 on there. The 10, I feel like if it was a little bit longer, like because
Literally,
it
you say
it
a two
didn't
and a half movie isn't long enough.
like I feel like
It's,
we've gotten accustomed now to like thanks to like Marvel and doing those longer form movies. But when you take something like this, especially anime, which normally you're used to watching like 30, 40, 50 episodes for a season. So you're sitting there and you're binging, and especially if you're binging through it,
Mhm.
this 2.5 hours is nothing. Like you could have made this like 3.5 hours and it probably would have still been fine. Obviously, there's going to be those moments where, unfortunately, you're going to have to slow things down a little bit. But I thought they did a good job. Anytime that like Ainz was having conversations, we were
mhm.
getting that like that mentor type thing, that relationship that we were seeing. When you execute it well and it's placed properly, the length sometimes honestly doesn't matter. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna sit in the theater for 5 hours, but if you execute it the right way,
Mhm.
you can do 3 hours in something like an anime like this,
Yeah,
and
I
it'd be
agree.
it'd be perfectly fine.
Okay.
It
Okay, I
definitely
hear
could have
you.
been 3 hours.
Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, I agree with a lot of the sentiments that you two have spoken on with this. As far as what I didn't like, I do agree, Noah. The end fight was a disappointment. That's one because yes, it was just them flying around and it was colorful and stuff like that. But like after everything that we have been through in this movie and the brutality that we've seen from it, I'm with jokes where like y'all could have, I could have gone a full 2 hours and 30 minutes just for you to take the time to animate the end fight and give us what we needed. So I'd have been perfectly fine with that. Outside that, I told you on the theater, I was disappointed that we didn't get to see her deliver, the sister's head to the other sister. Like I really wanted to see that. So those are probably the most two disappointing things about the movie to me about it. Now, something I really like that I haven't heard anybody speak on is one thing this movie did great, which I know had to be a challenge because with Overlord, there is so many different characters, not just coming from the Tomb of Nazarick, between the Maze and Ainz and everybody that surrounds him and all these powerful people that we watched for 4 seasons now that we've come to just love and champion them no matter how evil they are. Like we love them. And there's so many other characters outside that we've been building, coming up with, all these years that none of them that didn't make it into the movie felt missed. Like everybody put in the movie, like it felt right. Like Demiurge having his position, that felt right. Ainz, we got not an introduction, but more like an introduction to a personality with the new maid. I can't remember her name to save my life, but the one with the gun. Like we haven't got to see any of her. Yes. We haven't got to see her besides in the background throughout the show. So now she was made like the front kind of maid in this one, which I liked, especially having her and the new lady we were just talking about who has the coat following her. Them building that friendship, I thought that was one of the best parts. Unexpected, her personality, but it was a great kind of clash of the two.
It bounced well off Ainz.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was great to see.
And it's important to note that she's like all the Pleiades, the battle maids, she's like one of the lower level ones. So Ainz, they don't really tell it in the anime, but Ainz picks who he uses because of the stuff they can do. So obviously she was like special ops, so she was doing the little sneaky stuff. She didn't have to be particularly strong for that. So
but I think deciding who they put in this movie and not, I think they did a great job with it. And like I said, it didn't feel like anybody was missed. Like at first, like, I want to see such and such. But after a while, you get wrapped up into the new characters. And that too, introducing new people. You know what I'm saying? On top of still having such a massive cast to pull from. I thought they did that very, very well. As far as a number rating, I'm sitting... Hey, I got to go to 9. Yeah, I think I'd be lying to myself if I didn't put a 9 on it. So I'm sitting...
There's almost nothing
outside those 2 issues I had, it was fine.
It wasn't even like issues. It was just like, I'd like to see more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, besides, and not animating the end boss fight, like really giving it to us.
Yeah.
Gabby, where are you sitting on it?
Well, I definitely echo a lot of the sentiments that
Attack
you
of the
guys
plushie.
said almost instantly. Yes, I felt the plush attack. It does not want to stay up today, but we're just going to let him do what he does. He's angry. Nia was my favorite of the new characters introduced.
Yeah,
like I know this was the first time we got introduced to CZ2, and I adore her. But like just Nia's personality and the way that she went from almost, you kind of see her as just like a pathetic is a harsh word to use, but she was being treated as a pathetic like character. She was like almost dirty when we first saw her. Her hair is unkempt. She was supposedly the daughter of that one guy.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see how she changes, not just almost physically in the way that she looks because of the gifts Ainz give her, but in her personality, the more she stays with and almost comes under control or under a spell that Ainz has, even though he's not really doing anything. Because it's funny, throughout the whole movie, he would say these things, and I know this is just a ploy in a game for him, but sometimes I couldn't tell if he was being serious because he'd be like, oh yeah, let me give you this and stuff. He'd be like, no, I didn't mean to do that. It's just, I just want to make sure you're protected. And I'm like, is he being serious? Is this part of the ploy? Like, I couldn't tell, but I like that. And that's Ainz' character is really good.
Even like the times when
his internal monologue.
When you're talking about the kids being killed, how like are you real about what you're saying? Because it sounds very real about like they got to eat this. It's just
because
for everybody else
he
to live.
still has that internal monologue he's kept from when he was part of the real world.
Mhm.
Before he entered this video game, it became kind of merged with his character, and you could still see part of that. And I like that we continue to keep that from the series and going into, because honestly, that's an integral part of his character. So Nia, favorite character, CZ, second favorite new one. Love their relationship. You know me, I'm just like, she better stay alive. And as soon as CZ's like, that's
That
my little one, and
That's
I'm
fine.
like, yes,
You're
she's
good.
alive.
that was the funniest thing to me watching this. The emotions that Gabby was running through the entire movie, like it was bad. She was like, she better not die. She better not die. And until we had that
I was
moment,
getting
yeah,
way attached,
Yeah.
way too attached to her.
that was hilarious.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was gonna die.
We
I
all
know,
did.
Mhm,
kept
yeah.
saying that.
It was Overlord.
I
Gonna
did.
Aw.
Yeah.
But it was such a good movie. The screams, the music. God, the screams were terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Or they showed us so many things on repeat.
Especially from the Grandmaster. Oh, she was the
Oh,
whole time. Yeah.
yeah. I loved
Yeah.
the whole plot ploy to kind of keep them into it, and I like that occasionally we would get the flashback or something of them almost planning everything in a sense,
Mhm.
and like the little note that they gave Ines was just like,
To go.
go with the flow, and I'm like, I mean,
That was
and then
amazing.
thinking that he had this great plan the whole time. It's like, I love the duality of that, of him just doing things and them thinking he's such a great leader and
Mhm.
Yeah.
planning everything. And I'm like,
figuring it out
he
as he
just flipped
goes.
the coin,
Mhm.
man.
He and then his power takes over for it or makes up for it. He I
Mhm.
think
It
something
really
that I
does.
forgot to say that was really good about it was he was literally playing chess the entire time with them.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's important that like we can see that before we didn't know this, but we know that Princess Renner, who we saw in the 4th season, pretty much planned this whole destruction. So
Yeah.
now we're waiting to see why he's doing it this certain way to gain favor from other places. We know that he wants to get runes to make rune weapons and continue to make himself stronger, but he's trying to gain favor from a certain city by helping them to defend what they can. And
Mhm.
it was really cool to see him playing chess. Then we find out the dude on the other side, just like in season 4, was Pandora's actor at the very end.
Yep.
That was so cool.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
also what else was I gonna say? Shoot, I just had it. I can't remember.
So while he's thinking, Marcus,
Yeah,
have
somebody
we
say something while I'm thinking.
swayed your decision on if you think this movie is going to be good, bad, or what?
I
Because you have
mean,
not seen
go-
it yet.
yes, I have not seen it
Oh,
yet,
I
but
remember.
it's an Overlord production, and I
It
would have gave it a
happens.
10 if I would have saw it with everybody.
Yeah. I mean, for real, I do. As far as enjoyment, it's a 10.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Oh,
I gave it a
Like
10
if I
right
was
at the
with
movie
everybody
theater.
watching, I probably would have gave it a 10. But until I've seen it, I'll keep that reserved so that way I set my expectations low, but I know it's going to be a great production. So it's probably going to be in that 9 range by the end of the viewing.
What I forgot to say was Overlord has a really good job of Ainz is going to win every time, and we know this from the first season. They
Yeah.
kind of allude to you in the first season that maybe someone can mess with them. By season 2, halfway through, you're like, can't nobody even
Ain't
come
nobody
close.
messing with
You know what I
Ainz.
mean? Besides Touch Me, but we know he's a dragon, so he can't even do anything. So they have a really good job of getting you invested in like these characters that have nowhere near a flea's amount of power compared to him. But
Yeah.
now you're invested and you want to see, and the major thing is you want to see their reaction to what Ainz is doing. And I feel like that's the whole appeal, because Brian said he didn't like it because he said he feels like, you know what I mean, beating around the bush, know what's going to happen. But I feel like the appeal is watching the people getting attached to them and saying, I can't wait till they see what Ainz can do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
And they have a
And
really
also
good
see
job.
how he's going to pull what he's trying to pull off.
Yeah.
Like,
And
yeah.
that's really, because it's either he had a plan the whole time or he didn't know what the heck was going on, but he
Nope.
figured it out anyways.
He just passed it to them ears. Tell me what you think about my plan. What do you think I'm up to? And he just goes with the flow from there.
Yeah.
Hey, Demir would be the one person be like, You're so smart. I can understand why you're doing that, and why you're doing that. I'm gonna do the super amazing, awesome plan, which is like infinitely better than your plan, but it's gonna make your plan look like, oh, it's it. He's him.
He's the biggest
Explain to
fanboy
everybody.
ever. He
Mhm.
really is.
Oh yes, he is.
Yeah.
1000%.
And he is fanboy.
Such an
central.
adorable little gecko
I know, right?
lizard.
Yes. At the end of the day, we say go check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
If
100%.
you're caught up, please go to the theater. Watch
Yes,
it
yes,
in the
yes.
theater. Yeah, it's
Hopefully
one
it's
of those.
hopefully this is gonna get a decent run still, and they won't do the Dragon Ball Diamond, only leave it in there for 3 days.
Nah, this was a movie that planned to come out in
Yeah.
theaters. Dime was
Yeah.
just like a theatrical release.
Yeah,
So
so
this
we're
one
good.
should
We're
at
good on
least
that.
be there for a month or
Oh
more.
yeah, still
Yeah,
there.
so we're good. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
also this past weekend on Amazon Prime, they dropped Look Back, a one shot from the creator of Chainsaw Man. Who had a chance to look at it? Did you, either one of you, Marcus or Jokes, have a chance to check out
Nope,
Look Back?
not yet.
Okay. We watched it. Want to know y'all thoughts on it? I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was good and interesting. I didn't know too much about it going into it. It's only 58 minutes, so it's not like a super long watch.
I thought it
But
was incredible, man.
it's about
Mhm.
starts off about a girl in elementary school who wants to be a creator, a writer, something of the sort. She decides to get into manga. She's writing them for the book. She's writing for like her school newspaper.
Newspaper.
Right.
Mhm.
And there's another girl that does it as well. And one day she sees their stuff in newspapers side by side, and her stuff is smoking hers, at least visually. And she feels a way about it and decides to become a recluse for a few years to just constantly work on her craft. Anatomy, the whole 9 yards. She's ignoring family, ignoring friends. And it's not till a few years later when she feels like she's good now. She's gotten to a certain point that she starts to go out, hang with people. I'm trying to remember how, but she ends up meeting the girl that beat her by going to her house.
She
and
went
drop
to
off
go give her
her
diploma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And realized that, oh, she's an artist, just like me, all these books everywhere. Decides to kind of leave her a note that slips out of her hand and goes under the door. And she comes outside to, oh my God, I love your art so much. Like, why aren't you doing it like that no more? And they develop this great friendship. She's helping
She had
her
already
out the
been
house and
reading
do
her
things.
manga. That's
Mhm.
why. She had
Yeah.
already been reading her stuff. That's what got her out.
Yeah. And they form a great friendship. It lasts over years until the one friend decides that she doesn't want to be her assistant anymore and wants to go do art for herself, type of deal.
Art school.
She goes to art school.
Yeah, the art school. And she's not happy about that, obviously. So they separate. She's having struggles at work. She's doing this great manga, is doing well, but once the split happens, it's like she's dropping the deadlines and having some faults here and there. Like, it's not what it used to be with her. And you hear like people around her talking about it in the office. Spoiler, the friend ends up dying while at school. Not necessarily dying, like getting involved in a mass murder.
Oof.
Yeah, which completely wrecks it.
Random, senseless murder.
It was so random. And like, basically, I said spoiler alert. A guy going to the same university as she is, he feels like they're stealing his art and not giving him credit for it. And he comes up there with a pickaxe and yes,
My
a
bloody
Kills like 15
Valentine?
people.
yeah.
He pulled
Yeah.
My Bloody Valentine?
I mean, they don't show anything. It's literally just like here's this
A news
breaking
report.
news article
Yeah.
on the news, and it's just like she's like, hold on, that's the school my friend goes to. Friend doesn't answer the phone. All of a sudden, mom calls, and then we get the kind of flashbacks.
Yeah, she
Oof.
obviously she
Hi,
goes
Ray.
through so much trying to deal with it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really good. It is a good shot. Like, I think artists, like, we know a lot of people jokes from going to these conventions. We have a lot of artist friends and stuff like that. I think they would really like it because it's story kind of being told like from a creative perspective of getting into that world and all that kind of stuff and having to deal with, you know what I'm saying? You and friends disconnecting, you want to separate yourself from your family because you're trying to work on your craft and like just all that kind of stuff is so packed into this. I thought it was a very, very good viewing. Would you two agree?
Yes.
I would.
So
I
much
would very
so.
much agree.
I thought it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, animation, everything was.
No,
great.
you said something about it. It was like have you read it before? You said it was like 100. chapter, like it's a small chapter thing that they
It's
make too,
one
right?
chapter, but it's 100 and it's a one shot. It's 140
That's what's
pages,
one
something
shot.
like that.
Okay.
145, something like that. It's pretty short.
How would you say the animation and everything chalked up to
10
how
out
it
of 10,
was
15
drawn?
out of
Yeah.
10.
Mm.
I loved
Okay.
it so much. So, as we know, Tatsuki Fujimoto wrote Chainsaw Man, and
Mhm.
he's one of my probably top 5 favorite mangaka. I've read everything he's done from Goodbye Eri, Fire Punch, uh, this one, Kusume no Kirei. He has a lot of them. Well, actually, that's all of them. But everything he does is really interesting and weird. And so a little context about this: it's widely believed, he's never confirmed this, but this is inspired about attack that was done on a studio by the animators that did Fire Force. When in 2019, y'all probably heard about it. Someone
I
came
remember.
Mhm.
and did an arson attack on
Yeah.
a studio
Yeah.
and killed and hurt a bunch of
Yep.
people.
Yeah.
So this was written last year, and is widely believed that he probably had a friend that worked there, and this was inspired by that
I
story.
can. That makes
And
a lot more sense.
I
I
could
can.
see that.
and
Yeah.
as you can see, there was a lot of little Easter eggs in there. Like we saw, well, one of them was you saw Luffy on the cover of the Jump. That was funny.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then you'd see like the volumes of, I literally have those volumes sitting over there
Chainsaw
of all
Man
the Chainsaw
volumes. I
Man.
saw in
So
there.
what she was writing could have been himself writing Chainsaw Man,
Yeah.
as Chainsaw Man's getting violently popular as it was. Because if you see, her series was like #1.
Yeah.
And then the
Mhm.
shark character on the front was the shark character at the end of Chainsaw Man season 1, which y'all haven't seen yet. But aside from all that, I just think that they covered his art really well. He draws people in a really, he's not, I don't want to say he's not a good artist, but he definitely draws a little stick figurey. And he's definitely got, like, I'd say C tier manga art in some cases. So that being said, they still capture it, and he finds a way to put his art and make it still look good in his way, and
I
they
feel that
capture
way.
it really well. Yeah.
I liked it with
And
the
Very unique.
eyes. Like they had like really
the
like
expressions.
dreary. Yeah, it's really dreary kind of
Yeah.
eyes that I
Yes.
thought was done
So
really
you
well.
see the same thing as in Chainsaw Man. It's like that in
The way
Fire
he does
Punch, Goodbye
expressions
Eri.
is
Mhm.
really good, and I really enjoy the way he expresses his characters.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
So I thought that that's really he just is really special at doing something really weird, but showing like a side of emotion that's relatable and understandable, and you don't really have to do too much thinking to pick it apart. I teared up when I read it. I teared up when I watched it. The scene when she first dropped the thing under the door, and then she's
Ah.
running away, and it starts to rain, and she starts skipping through the rain. Like
Yeah.
that was so
Yeah.
relatable because I felt that before. Like I've
Mhm.
had, you know what I mean, slumps in guitar or working out or anything like that. And you get that one inspiration and you just get all these endorphins. And it's like, that was
Mhm.
so relatable. I thought that was such a good job. The
Mhm.
animation was incredible. The ending, um, like when they did the little reincarnation thing,
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
so cool because it was cool to see like the little attention to details. Like she came back and she was an athlete. If you remember at the
Yeah.
beginning, she said,
Mhm.
maybe you should be an athlete. You're really, you know what I mean? You're
That was
really
really
athletic.
cool.
So in the
Yeah.
Yep.
alternate universe, she came back and she was an athlete. And I just think the little attention to details were perfect to what they did in the manga. And yeah, I even told Benny after I watched it, I was like, yo, this John is 15 out of 10, bro. Like,
Woo.
I recommend all Fujimoto's work, all
I
of it.
love the way it goes off too. Just something, the subtleness about like coming back to her work desk, putting that taping
Oh,
the.
I missed that. I was gonna say
Yep.
the end scene was the same scene as the beginning, which strangely
Yeah.
reminds me. I wonder if he got inspired by the Lo-Fi Girl because it reminds me of that a lot.
It does
It
give that
does
vibe.
remind me of Lo-Fi
Yeah,
It
Girl.
does. But like
but
the
the end
credits are just
scene
Yeah.
was
rolling.
just that.
It becomes nighttime. She taped the comic strip right in front of her to, I guess,
Mhm.
give her encouragement to keep on going and keep focusing and everything. Like that was a beautiful
And at the
animation.
end of the credits, she gets up and turns the lights off and leaves the
Mhm.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Very
I love
lo-fi.
when they always do some after credit stuff. I always think that's just a nice icing on the cake for a lot of things like this.
yeah.
Yeah, we definitely recommend it, and it's on
Mhm.
Amazon
And the
Prime.
Highly.
soundtrack, I forgot to say that
Oh, the
too.
soundtrack is beautiful.
The guy
Mhm.
who the lady who does the soundtrack did Trigun Stampede, and we know that was an amazing soundtrack.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
and the artist, the key animator, has done Full Metal Alchemist, anything you can think of, big names. I think I had a list here, but I don't have it now. But
So,
Full Metal Alchemist and many other things. I think Hajime no Ippo. And the
ah,
soundtrack, you
Mm.
know, I'm a soundtrack guy. Y'all
yeah,
may not know, but y'all
Yes,
gonna
you
find
are.
out.
yeah.
Soundtrack, I'm in there. Soundtrack is perfect.
No, I think
Really
it's safe
is.
to say we recommend, if you haven't seen it, to just go to your Amazon Prime account, go in, boot it up. Like I said, it's only an hour. Watch it and come back here and put in the comments what you think about it. So we would like to see what you all think about that. So with that being said, let's get to our weeklies. Jokes and Marcus. Marcus, I'm gonna start with you.
Sure.
Weeklies.
Let's hear it.
What are you watching currently, and what are your top 3 episodes of the week?
Currently, I'm kind of watching a little bit of all the new stuff. MF Ghost. What's it? What was it? Notorious Talker.
Oh yes.
I want to quit, but they won't let me quit. That one. What else? I'm watching. What's this? The Do Over Damsel Conquers whatever.
Yes!
I put that on the list that I'm watching. Of course, I'm watching Tower of God. Gotta get my Tower of God on. Getting caught up with that. Keeping up with
I
ReZero.
forgot that was even still going.
Forgot it just came back like a couple weeks ago.
Made the whole way.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, the first half.
Absolute travesty.
Yeah.
But that Sengoku Nightblood is also in the queue. But I would say my top 3 is definitely MF Ghost so far on that last race. What else? I would say
Don to Don.
Yeah, Don to Don.
I was about to say.
Like you're missing some few.
I mean, there's just so many that I'm watching. I can't keep track of them. Like every.
There are a lot this season.
Bleach. Bleach.
Yeah, Bleach just came back. What was it, like this weekend? So
Bleach been back for a few weeks.
Bleach
now.
been back. We've been watching this for weeks now. Yeah. You got me saying this? you got me telling you this?
You mean the newest episode aired?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No,
the newest episode.
That's not what it was.
Episode.
But in Fairy Spirit Chronicles.
Okay.
Spirit Chronicles is tight.
Okay.
So
it's a little harem-y, but
so
good.
Right now, just MF Ghost was just the only one episode of the week for you?
I will say out of all of them, like I really MF Ghost kind of has a hold on me, and then I just like racing, man.
Shangri-La.
Oh, that peak, that boss peak.
I haven't seen it yet, but
neither have I.
Spoiler: Super XP.
Okay. Jokes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you right now, nowhere's close to how many he's been watching, but
you've been watching anime.
So mine's
right?
pretty much.
Remember the beginning? He said he's been trying to,
Mine's
I didn't know he started.
The main. So obviously, I've been watching Bleach because there's no 2 ways I'm not gonna go back and finish watching Bleach. Don to Don. So when it first got announced, like obviously we had no idea really like what it was. I know obviously I didn't read the manga, nothing like that. So that got me on episode 1, and I've been watching that weekly, week after week, because it's crazy, it's hilarious, I love it. Obviously I'm watching Daima. I ended up rewatching Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. So Gundam's a big thing for me, so that one had to just get a rewatch just because of the fact that I was a little on the fence. I wasn't too sure where I actually sat with it.
The live action?
It's like CG. It's like CG.
Can I ask you, is it me or was it every time the camera panned in it, I thought I needed glasses because it felt like my eyes were out of focus. It can't just be me.
It's the way that they did it, and I know it was in Unreal Engine.
In focus.
And I don't know if it was Unreal Engine 4 or 5, but I felt like they did that on purpose though. The one thing I will tell you that I absolutely love about Requiem for Vengeance is it's pretty much being told from the eyes of Xeon soldiers. And just the way that they see the Gundam, when I tell you, like how they extend, I don't know if you fully watched the OG Gundam series, but they always refer to the Gundam as being like the White Devil, pretty much. Dog, when they
shows how scary like a regular person
absolutely made how scary. Like you would never think the Earth Federation were good guys. The way that they depicted the Gundam, like this thing is just here to just create chaos and do everything. It's done.
I would love to see that for that perspective.
It's done really well.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching.
it's definitely worth watching. Like I would tell someone, like if you haven't watched like any of the Universal Century stuff, you'll be a little bit
Hmm.
out of touch, but it's done in a way that if you watch it, it's not super OC that you probably wouldn't grasp it. Like obviously, if you know the grasp of the Gundam and things like that, you should be okay to watch it. But it's
Okay.
better to watch it if you at least have the OG
So
series
yeah,
at
some
least
knowledge of
under
Universal
your belt
Century.
for it.
Okay.
But otherwise, highly enjoyed it. I did tell you I did start Evangelion because
Yes.
I'm trying to
Oof.
catch up on some older stuff. So that is actually a fun watch right now going through. Like I'm trying to pick out
Fun
mech.
watch.
Hey,
I don't think
listen,
I've ever
Bruh.
heard to say that
Oh,
about
listen,
it's
that
some
show.
sort of fun, that's
Exactly.
for sure.
Fun watch.
That
it's
is
fun. It's fun right now. I know it's gonna get crazy. Like I kind of already know where things are
I want to know where
Fun
you are to
watching
call
the
it
steam
fun.
come off your head.
I'm only like
Like if
halfway
you would have
through.
said Air Gear, okay, Air Gear's a fun watch, but you said
Yeah,
Evangelion.
I mean,
here's
I
my
don't when
fun
I
Evangelion
watch.
puts people into
Evangelion,
padded rooms.
psychological
when I say
thriller.
fun, like I don't necessarily mean actually fun, but I've
I know,
been
just
trying
poking
to,
fun with you.
yeah, doing a little bit more some mech runs. Like I actually added a whole bunch of mech animes on the box that were like on sale, like through Crunchyroll or any of them. They're like $1. It was something
Mhm.
stupid. I was just like, let me just buy this joint, just let this joint sit in here, even though you have most of them in the library that can easily go in to do.
Mhm.
But that's currently what I've been watching right now. And I'm probably when I get off of this, after we got to do one other recording, I'm
Mhm.
probably going to end up jumping. Trying to think which, because I got a couple things also lined up on my Netflix, Crunchyroll that I just need to hit play and just let it go through.
Did you have an
Um,
episode of the week?
right now for me, like just because I haven't watched it, it's a toss up between Bleach and Don to Don. But I think for me it's Don to Don right now because I read Bleach, so I already know what Bleach is gonna give to us. But
Okay.
Don to Don,
Mhm.
I'm just in that right now, and I'm
Well,
just
the anime is real different from the manga.
it's
'Cause I
different.
don't know what the hell is going to happen in the anime, and I read Bleach, and each shit keeps happening. I'm like, that didn't happen in the
Well, they
manga.
definitely
That's not
keep
it.
adding
Some things in
some
there, and
more
they did.
context and certain things that didn't happen are
They
is
s-
happening
they
and
said they were gonna
things
make some
that have
changes.
been shown is
Yeah.
now
Changes are
anime
being made.
canon.
Can't say that.
And so like I'm just going off of the things that I know, but like I'm enjoying Bleach is Bleach I'm going to enjoy thoroughly
Right.
regardless. Don to Don because it's something new and I have no idea what I'm getting into. That's the part that's impressing me the most. Because
Okay.
just like you said, if I start watching this and then like I'm like, oh, what is this? I'm probably going to end up not wanting to go back to it. But Don to Don has made me want to come back to this show every single week just because it's the joint is just so crazy. Not to
Okay.
mention the opening is fire too.
Oh, it
I
definitely
do
is
have
for
one
sure.
honorable mention. Gabby, I think Gabby will know what I'm talking about. There's this one on Netflix, where it's like a dude is like living with a girl. She like
Blue
supposed to
Box.
go overseas. Yeah, I think that's it.
Box.
And he's like badminton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Blue
that
Blue
one's
Box.
actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, Blue
Pretty good.
Box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Blue Box. Yeah.
Blue Box.
yeah, we're
All right.
watching that one.
Yep, we're all watching
Gabby.
that one.
Gabby,
I
you
read that
mentioned
one, Marcus. You're gonna love that one the whole way
Gabby,
through.
you mentioned at the beginning you had some grievances to get out with the weeklies. Specifically, you said ReZero.
I have
So,
some issues
with
with
your weeklies,
Mr.
take the floor.
Wives.
Take the floor.
Mr. Wives
Oh,
over
don't say
here.
anything
Mr.
about ReZero because we haven't seen it yet. So
Well,
it's
no,
No,
I
just off
haven't
the
watched
base
the
of
newest
ReZero.
yeah,
episode.
we haven't
Oh,
watched
okay,
it
okay,
yet.
okay,
No,
okay.
That came
no,
out
yeah, I
today. We're
haven't
watching
watched
that
that
yet.
one.
My
This
bad, my
is like
bad, my bad,
last
my
week's
bad.
episode.
Yeah.
Now you're good.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Archbishop of Greed, I have issues with him and his 241 wives, and only 53 wives are alive. But why is she still wife number 79? Can
I
you not count?
They
don't
didn't
know.
die in order.
But who are we replacing? Shouldn't be she be 242 then? Not 79?
Well, like 242 died, and then they like 82 died, and all they have is like sporadic numbers now.
But then why is she
Uh,
79?
I don't know.
Or
The
maybe
math
he,
isn't
I don't know
mathing.
either.
or maybe
And there's
that
no
number
answer, and I don't like it.
reserved. Like only you gotta be special to get 79.
Then what's a 79? I'm
I have
just
an
saying.
issue with this man in general.
I have Mahito level hate for Regulus.
Yeah, trust me. The level of hate that comes from Regulus on a regular basis from them is It's justified right now.
Um,
I do think he's a great villain that they have going right now.
Oh,
Like,
he's a
Touched
fantastic
and with-
villain. I hate
with
his
my
guts.
baby.
with everything he's doing
Yeah.
in this season with Amelia, like, yes, it is
Yeah.
driving people to rage very hard against him.
He
moments
asked
right
her
now.
Though I will
inappropriate
say,
questions.
Amelia's holding her stuff together, and she's like, I'm gonna go rest. Let me just start walking up and seeing by the window and sneaking in, and just like, I'm like, go girl, look at
Yes.
Yeah.
you.
Just
Yeah.
like when
Let's
she was a
go.
kid. She has the
She is
skills.
so good. Oh my god, I just love her.
Jokes, you don't understand. You need to be caught up right now in ReZero.
Come
It is.
on,
Bro,
It
this
is.
series,
watch
Every
ReZero.
episode is like it doesn't stop. It stays
It
here.
just
It does
stays.
not go down.
It's so good.
Every
It's so
season, they
good.
just don't stop. But
The
continue
Voyage of
on.
Despair doesn't stop.
Not even close.
Just keeps going.
Well, he has his leg back, so despair be gone. Somehow he has his leg back. It might
Thank
be
you.
weird and veiny, but it's back.
We don't know what that is yet.
No, we
Well,
don't.
we will. We may get it. We may get an
They're
answer
just dumb
tonight.
jokes.
Yeah, we may get an answer tonight. We shall see. But continue, Gabby.
So yeah, ReZero is definitely one of the standout episodes for me this week. But the other two that I absolutely fell in love with was Mecha Uday is continuing to be in my top 3, and I don't think it will stop. The colors are beautiful, the animation is beautiful, the music is amazing. I love the character development when we were going through. Are you guys still watching that and/or caught up on it? I'm not sure.
Yes, I'm caught up
I
on
didn't
that.
watch
Yeah.
the last episode
Same.
because I was gonna let the second half stack. I actually want to binge the last.
Okay, then I'm not gonna say I don't want to spoil anything, but we had some good character development and character relationship development. And I'm very, very happy with how the series is going. And I think this is gonna be one of my favorites, if not my favorite for this season, for animes that are completely new. That's for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
And then stealing the number 3 spot for me is Nina and the Starry Bride, which
Okay.
is one of the more romance ones that I have fallen in love with. Originally, it was just it wasn't mid. It was still on the top for me, but we got some really good character and romance development because there was a kiss between my characters, and I was so happy.
In the first
But now,
season,
I know, right?
but now she is stolen away to another country because she has to marry the other prince, and the other prince is an asshole who has stabbed her. And this is getting real good.
Okay.
No.
Apparently, people get
It's
princesses
really,
getting
really
stabbed. I
good.
need to watch this. Okay.
okay.
She is so good. The way they do these characters' eyes, they like shimmer and shine because she's like got this bright pink hair and she's got these like sky blue, almost starry night eyes. And the main the main male protagonist has these like really sun golden eyes, and this other prince, the other second male lead, has like white hair and the like beady red eyes. And it's just really good characters, really good story, some unexpected stuff, and I'm just loving it, and I can't wait the other episodes to come out, and I'm going to watch it. But
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I have many others I've been watching like y'all, but those are my top 3.
Okay. Noah, I'm gonna take a page out of your book, like from last week. I'm not gonna necessarily talk about our big ones because we know we're massive fans of those. You know, the ReZeros and the Daimachi, the Bleach, Don to Don. Loving those every single week. I'm gonna keep focusing on newer things and how those episodes are going. So as far as my top picks, my top 3 for the week, Mecha Uday, yes, I'm with you 100%, Gabby, on that one. That was a very good episode this week. I agree with the character development. I'm getting more and more into the show every week. So this was a really good one. So I'm looking forward to more. Blue Box was one of my episodes of the week. I know I
think they got
said last
delayed
week.
this week.
It was
I haven't seen the 7th episode. I think they got delayed this week.
It's I don't think it's out yet.
Yeah, it should have been
It's
out
tomorrow.
It
Yeah, it
should have
comes out
been
tomorrow.
Thursday.
tomorrow. Okay.
No, yeah, but last week
Yeah.
it didn't come out.
Well,
I've been
6?
checking. I check for that bad boy every time it comes out. That's why
Yeah,
I'm like, I
episode
think it got
6 came
delayed.
out.
Yeah, no, that was the last one, but I think that was 2 weeks ago.
No, episode 7 came out because I watched it.
It did?
Yeah.
Not
I'm looking at my Plex right now. I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, it came
Bro,
out.
Bro,
It came out
we're
in
all
Japan.
saying
It didn't come out in
conflicting
America.
information.
It came out in Japan. It didn't come out in America because it's not on Netflix.
yeah,
and
on
it's not
Netflix it says it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, it
And
didn't
that's what
come.
I've been
That's what I
watching
thought.
it
It got
on.
delayed in
all
America
the anime
Oh,
joints on
because I was
Netflix
looking
are
for it. Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case.
Because I went to look for it on the website because I'm not torrenting that one, but I went to the torrent website and it was there, and I was like, oh. But anyways,
Blue Box is one of my episodes of the week. I'll just leave it at that. uh,
that shit's so good.
and last it is my wife got reincarnated as an elementary school student. This
It's actually
it's a horrible name.
It's actually really
It
good.
is a horrible name.
It's an interesting like it's
No,
like
come on, jokes. It's really good.
Marcus,
they
Marcus,
don't even have that as the name.
I know.
They don't
Like
even have that as the name.
Marcus,
on
understand.
Crunchyroll.
Jokes, understand.
Jokes,
I've been talking about this show. I've been
They
talking about this
said
show
you
every
have
week.
to watch it, Jokes.
Jokes. I've been talking about this every week. It like the terrible is the title is terrible.
Yeah,
and
the
it's
title
so
does not do
misleading.
justice.
It is so misleading. And basically, joke, it's about a woman who dies. She leaves behind, like she's been dead 10 years. Her husband and her daughter haven't got past it. They're just kind of stuck in that. And she gets reincarnated into a little girl. And she comes by like, I'm back, like, why y'all moping around? And she's trying to help them get past all that. And they do constantly bring up, like, he's a dude that's just happy his wife is back. And he might go to hug her or say something like, I'm so glad my wife is back. And she's constantly like, dude, shut up. It looks weird when you say that right now because I'm a little girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's not pervy or anything weird like that. It's just a horrible title.
Like, I died. I'm me now. This is me now. Like I'm not her. I'm me.
Yeah.
This is my mom. This is my family. This is my
He's
life.
not trying to do anything
The Jokes is
weird
still
or
trying
anything
to figure
about
out.
I know he's still
it.
trying.
It's
Hey,
very
listen, I'm pulling. Shut up, look up.
sentimental.
Right, but the
Jokes is like, hey, we got some sus people in
Jokes
LS Adams right
my
now.
last day in the anime squad.
the show is really good.
I dig it.
It's depressing as
Jokes
all
said,
hell
"I'll take
though.
your
Hey,
word
listen.
for it."
Normally, like the weirder the title, the super dope. The don't probably.
See, I just call it by a Japanese name, Suma Show. I just call it by
There you
that
go.
because you try to say the English title, it gets worse. Yeah, but it's a
People
very
just
depressing.
like,
It's good, but super
"Excuse me?"
depressing because she's trying to help them get past all that type
Got
of
it.
stuff.
I got it.
And last week was like,
You want to cry? Plus,
this one will definitely bring up some emotions in you, 100%.
Got
And
it.
last week was a really tough episode, but it was something that you've been wanting to happen. Like this is gonna have to happen at some point when the two families meet each other. And that was last week.
Band-Aid off.
Yeah. And this week was the most lighthearted episode, but I don't want to spoil it, but there's a point in the show where the mother is complaining about how she's been real tired lately, and my red flags went off completely with this show. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't want to know where this is going. And I'm not going to save them here, but the ways that I thought it would possibly could be happening, when they drop that hammer at the end, when I tell you, I cannot wait till next week. They do a good job of keeping you anticipating what's going to happen next because it's just bad. It's just next week is going to be one of those heavy watch kind of ones. But I do want to see how everybody else around this particular character handles everything that's going on. Will be interesting. But those are my top 3 of the week. And I will say 2 shows that Gabby and Noah recommended. I gave them the 3-episode treatment to see if I was going to drop or keep them. One was Villainous. I see why. I could tell within the first 3 minutes why you liked it, Gabby.
Like that.
I was like, okay, cute guy, colorful, the art styles. Like, yeah, this is right up Gabby's alley. Okay. But I was between the opening sequence and just seeing the visuals and everything, how at the end she's got the black dress on and the black patch on her eye. I'm trying to figure out how we get from point A to B, considering where she is now. And she's not as villainous as I wanted her to be from the name of the title. She's trying to get there, but she's so nice kind of still, and people aren't taking her seriously.
Yeah.
So
So There's one thing, since you brought that show up, I do want to say about this most recent episode. I know last week I told you guys that we got to that week's episode, and I really enjoyed it. So I went and I started reading it, and I got pretty far in, and I was super excited for this week's episode. But I was disappointed in this week's episode.
Oh.
They made it very friendly. There were supposed to be blood and some knife fights and some other events happening, and they made it like, you know, family friendly. So that kind of disappointed me.
Okay.
I'm still gonna watch it because it's the kind of series that I like, but my expectations are a lot lower now for the show because I'm not getting the drama and the character development. Like, I still see it happening, but I don't see a reason behind it because the reactions don't match the situation.
Okay.
She's not cut up and bloody. So why is his reaction so big?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I will
episode.
say one thing that was not sitting well with me. I don't like the fact that this dude was loving on a 7-year-old in the very beginning, like the one prince. Like, dude, I don't know. He was like, what, 13 or 14 or whatever. I don't know at the time, but it still just felt weird. Like, dude, why are you looking at her like that? She is 7, my guy. Relax. I know you're preteen.
That one came across weird.
Yeah, but and all these years later, he's still like doting on her. Like, it just rubbed me the wrong way watching that.
That's fair.
So I might hear what you say about the new episodes. I only watched the first 3, and I said, let me watch the first 3 and see. I might wait till it's done and then sit down and watch the rest of it together. And Noah, I watched Orb, the historic one you were talking about the guy trying to prove that, astronomy and all that kind of stuff. I did not think I was going to like this, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I told you.
It's like from the description of it.
Because there's a lot of like details. Don't say too much.
No, I'm not.
I want everybody. I'm just like giving you an FYI because I want everybody else to see it. I'm really loving this one. I
thought it was going to be boring from the synopsis of it. Like, Noah recommended it. I trust Noah's judgment. Let me sit down and give it a shot. It was nowhere near as boring as I thought it was going to be. Like, I found myself honestly fully engaged from the time that it started until I was done with 3 episodes. And at the end of 3 episodes, I really wanted to go to the next one. But I was like, you know what? Let me talk about it first. But yes, it's historical. Yes, it takes place in like the 15th century and everything. But just how it's done, it still has a very anime vibe to it where it's it's very still entertaining with everything that's happening. You know what I mean? So I
just wait till you keep going. The new episodes are crazy. Wait till
the way the 3rd one ended, I'm like, okay, is he dead or is he not dead? Like, what's going on? Like, we're just getting started here.
This one's on Netflix too. It's done by Madhouse, who just finished Overlord and
That's
Free
actually what I thought it was. So I'm actually about to add that to my list right now.
Definitely add this. I think the overall. I mean, the kid's like he's just like
on the movements of Earth. Of the Earth is what it's called.
Movements of the Earth. Yeah, he's just like a really intellectual kid who is like in a church environment. So everyone around him is like telling him to become like a pastor or ordained,
God.
But he doesn't want to.
Yeah, you can't blaspheme God or nothing like that.
I think by the end of it, he's going to try and prove that the Earth is flat. That's what I read about it. So we got to wait till we get to that point. But the animation,
Earth is round.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the Earth is round.
Yeah.
That the Earth is not flat.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's not flat. He gonna be dead ass wrong by the end of this.
I'm like,
oh my god, the planet Earth have an anime.
No. That it's round. So yeah,
someone's gonna cut that.
For next week, I plan to do the same with Notorious Talker and the
Grieving Souls. Let these grieving souls retire.
Is that the other historic one, Noah?
No. The other historic one is Blue Wolves of Mibu.
That one, I'll make sure I'm gonna watch those 3 of those this weekend so I can talk about those next week. So
I got 2 juicy historic anime this season. It's so wonderful.
Go ahead and take over, Noah. That was it for me. So
besides everything we've talked about, Movements of the Earth, that one was amazing this week. I just don't want to say anything, especially now that you've seen it. ReZero was incredible. I love Don, but I think that I'm not as focused on Dandadan because um I'm just loving ReZero so much. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
overloaded with love for ReZero that Dandadan's taking like a strong like fifth place, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just so good. I feel like I only have room for so much so
Mhm.
good, and then I have room for so much like medium tier. So the medium tier is like the Notorious Talker, the
Hmm.
Grieving Souls, the stuff like that. But the top tier ones that I have in my head heavy is like Bleach, ReZero, and that's pretty much, you know what I mean. But Don and On, I'm still loving a lot. I'm gonna rewatch it because I feel like this one will be way more fun to binge than watch week to week.
Gotcha.
Um, and then
No, why you
Bleach was
thinking? No,
crazy.
okay. I'm about to say I got
Go
one thing
ahead.
I don't want to. I forgot.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
watch the latest episode of Ranma. Well, last week's episode of Ranma, and they introduced. I know I've been keeping up with how I feel about the voices. They introduced Kodachi last week, and like I said,
Oh yeah.
I watch it both. You know what I mean? Because I grew up watching the dub, so I want to hear what the dub voices at least sound like. So
Yeah.
Kuno's sister, Kodachi, great voice. As soon as she started talking, I was like, good, that voice fits her. I still hate Kuno with all my heart, still hate that voice. But so far, Ryoga has been solid, Kodachi's been solid. The only one I am terrified about is Shampoo at this point. So
It's your girl.
exactly. And I'm sorry, I know her old voice was that kind of racist, broken Chinese English thing, but not knowing no better, I loved it when I was growing up. So I want to see what they do with that. But just want to get that out. Go ahead. My apologies.
Hell yeah. No, you're good. Um, and what else? Yeah, Notorious Talker was really good. That story is really good because the MC is really good. He's always plotting something crazy,
Oh, so it
and
is a
he's
he.
like,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like way out of
I could,
his
I could,
league.
I could, I
Everyone
could,
keeps nah,
could tell
everyone
with
in
the
the
first
anime
episode.
makes fun of him
He's
for looking like a
the
Oh yeah,
girl.
no, no, that's
weakest.
something everyone does.
He has
Yeah.
the weakest trait, which is
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, because I
Support
tried to
trait.
watch the first episode today at work, and
He
I
can
was
murder
lost.
someone with his eyes, and I would be happy.
So that one was really good this week. Grieving Souls Retire is really good. That one was really fun. I just think they're both a little forgettable, so yeah, they're probably not my top three. Um, I think that my top three this week would have to be probably again Bleach, uh, ReZero, and Don or um Blue Box.
Okay. Okay.
But I think Don. But
Solid.
Blue Box is so good too. I love that series. The characters are
Not to
so
be confused by Blue Lock.
You
normal.
mean
Nah,
slideshow lock?
I'm
Yeah.
about to drop
Still
Blue
had
Lock.
Sherlock.
I'm not even gonna lie. Blue Lock has
Yeah,
got me
same.
Oh, last week's
literally
episode
better.
was a
I
little bit of a
forgot to watch it.
disappointment. I watched it last night. It was a little bit of disappointment
Mm.
because if you saw the movie, you know the Easter egg at the end when you already know who's going to be on the
Yeah.
freaking team. This episode,
Yeah.
they picked the team and they're building up all the drama. Like, dude, I already know I saw the movie. Like all the drama of this
I
is
saw
kind of
the
pointless.
movie.
Now. Yeah, like you already
Shows
spoiled
us.
it for me in the movie. Yeah,
That's
so
really
Yeah.
weird how they did that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
But yeah, I didn't catch up, and I'm not gonna lie, I have no motivation to catch up. So I was just
I'm gonna
laying on
watch
the
it when it's
couch.
done.
Yeah, I was just laying on the couch earlier, and I was like, maybe I'll watch it when it's done. But I was like, honestly, if it finishes, I'm probably never gonna get around and say, yeah, let me watch Blue Lock. So I'm like, I might just drop it. I don't know. But that bad animation has completely de-interested me
Ooh.
this year.
I'd rather read it. Probably.
Facts.
yeah. I don't know if you
Mhm.
paid attention, Jokes, but it's all slideshows this season. It's
They put it
it
in a
is.
PowerPoint.
You saw I made it the title of, of one of the episodes. Like it is that bad. Like
Oh
it's,
yeah, I showed them last week. Hold on, let me show you how the animation goes. Ready?
He's not
Oh,
wrong.
that's disappointing.
yeah, it is. Yeah, like Jokes. Understand? We were
It's
watching
like
it
a
together.
motion comic. If it's doing like that, then any
Literally.
Like we were watching. And I had
Might
to
as
ask
well
him
read
like,
it.
"Dog, has it been this bad the whole time, or am I just bugging?" Like, no, like this is worse than season one. Like,
just put all the money in the movie and just say, "Oops, we
Like, it's
forgot to drop
pretty,
the budget
but
for
They
the
didn't
show."
put any money in the movie. What you
It's
Yeah,
just-
talking
the
about?
movie was
It's PNG.
Oh, I didn't see it. I
just
thought they
bad.
did. I didn't see it.
no,
Oh,
they put
no,
no
no
money.
went in the movie.
No money went to the
Oh,
movie.
okay.
That's kind of why I've fallen so off because I was so disappointed with the movie, and then the
Mhm.
movie was basically recap, so it was a money grab, and then on top of that, now the animation is worse. It's just they made more shaders and so it's like all darker and more edgy. But it's now it's getting kind of corny. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm watching. I'm
Not
like,
really
bro,
worth the
I'm not
watch.
interested. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going, but I can admit that yes, the animation is falling off.
I have
dramatically.
other things to put my time into, so I'm dropping it.
Respect.
Yeah, and we watched like 8 episodes. I'm like, we could shorten that time. Just leave Blue Lock out of there.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we need to get ready to go and do that because it is Wednesday. So we
Yup.
have a couple animes to watch tonight. Anything else anybody need to say before we get out of here for the evening?
Yes, I have a question for y'all.
Fire off.
Mhm.
Rank me the Straw Hats from strongest to weakest. Go, jokes.
Oh shit.
I need my phone to practice.
What? You don't
Oh.
remember the names?
I
Gabby?
need to see.
You're
I
the
need to
biggest One
physically
Piece
see
fan
the
here.
order.
Now I'm
I
not
need
caught
to
up.
physically
So
see the order.
Nah, from your head. Put your phone away. This is from your head.
I'm putting it right in my
I
notepad.
want it all from here.
dog, that's hard to do because like
I'm gonna put Luffy at top, no matter what.
Have you
Luffy's
watched
gonna
any
be
of
a
Egghead? Have you finished? You just
I
saw
have
the
no,
Kaido
I
fight?
have not.
You saw the
I'm
Kaido fight?
I haven't
Fuck
finished
Gear 5?
past. No, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm
You
currently at.
haven't watched the Kaido fight?
I'm
Who
like
Gear
are
probably
5
you?
like
episode was
halfway.
one of the most generational
I think I'm
episodes
like
in anime.
halfway. I think I'm like halfway through the fight. I know. I'm
Marcus, are you caught up?
Sir, the fight spans like 80
I
episodes.
stopped
Where are
after the
you?
Kaido fight, and I don't care to answer this question because
So
you already
listen,
know where
I'm not hearing any hate if you're still watching the anime. That's just
I'm
Right.
not though. I'm
But
not.
you went all the way to Kaido. That's like 1,100 episodes. And when Egghead,
Yeah,
I
the
know.
you know
proof
you're
point
gonna
that
watch
is
that.
He can
shit.
give
mid.
up on
At
that. He
this
can give up
point,
on that
you
crap.
gonna
Like,
watch
bro.
Egghead when
Yeah,
it's finished.
like
You know you are.
I'm not. I'm
So it's
not.
no
I
reason to
don't care.
unnecessarily.
don't believe
I
it.
know.
I
I
don't believe
know.
You
Dog,
care.
if you've gone
I
up to
have
Kaido,
no.
there's nothing that can come out your face that any of us will believe if you watched that much of it.
That's what I'm saying. But come on now,
No.
this is an anime podcast. This ain't about opinions. I mean, it is about opinions, but just rank them. That's all I'm asking. Just rank. You don't have to like it. Just rank them. It's an anime podcast. Don't be
Okay, if
boring.
I have to go off the top, not that I care about this ranking. or anything,
Okay,
it
don't be
will
boring.
be
Just rank them.
Mr.
all right.
Sassy Pants.
Probably. I don't even know who's left. Who's currently in the
You know
crew?
who's on the Straw Hat Cruise. Stop trying to weasel out of this. Come on.
There's only 9 of them.
Come on
Nobody
now.
dies in
They're
one.
not, I don't remember their names. All I know is like the core, like 4 or
All right,
5.
go.
What do you
All
mean
right.
they're all the
I'll
core?
I was
go-
about to say, how do you only know the
This is a
core 4 or
horrible
5?
I'll go
clickbait title.
Luffy,
Thanks to
There is no
Zoro.
core.
I don't want to put Sanji.
I'm trying to
at
get
3.
something we can chop up and edit and put on Instagram.
Luffy-
Man's like,
Luffy's-
I
Luffy's
don't
number
want to
1.
answer this.
Luffy's
Luffy's number
definitely
1.
Then
Okay.
Zoro.
Okay.
I probably could even
shoot.
put Nami after that.
One at a time. One at a
Not
time.
Nami.
One at a time.
Robin.
I'll go
Excuse me.
Nico Robin.
Not me.
at 3.
Robin. Jeez.
Robin.
Who is
Okay, go
going
ahead.
now? Is it
Jokes.
Jokes or is it
Jokes.
Marcus?
Jokes. He asked you
Sanji.
first. Jokes. You go first.
All right,
Jokes
go
go
ahead.
first.
Go ahead.
All right. So I'm saying so. Luffy, Zoro.
You know that Jinbei is alive, correct?
Oh shit! You know what? I forgot about
Okay,
Jinbei.
just making sure.
I keep forgetting about Jinbei. So Luffy, Zoro. I feel like you could interchange. See, I don't know where. Sanji,
Make a
for where I'm
decision.
at right now, is still sitting up there. Like Sanji and Robin. Like I just got past that part where Robin did her special during.
Demon Child.
Yeah. So she kind of sits. Like, okay, I'm gonna put her at 3. Sanji.
Fight.
You put Robin above Sanji? Okay, keep going. I'm gonna shut up. Keep going.
Jinbei.
That's crazy disrespectful. Keep going.
Hey, listen. Hey, look, motherfucker. I need.
Keep going. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
No, I'm not gonna
walking
speak.
into a
What
trap
the
right
heck
now.
did you just do?
Hey, bro, you got a tear coming out my eye. No, stop.
Hey,
I'm gonna shut
bro.
up.
Hey, Marcus, you start. I gotta think.
Man, why are you bringing it back to me?
Oh
You
my
All right,
God,
don't
you
go to
know
Marcus.
that's
We'll
what
never
I-
get a clip out of Marcus. We'll never get a clip out of Marcus. Low, you go.
All right, now that we taken care of that.
Yo, that's crazy.
Come on now. Come on, I got time for that. All right,
Oh,
on
okay.
me. All right. Starting at number 1, Luffy.
I
Number 2, Jinbei. Number 3, Zoro. 4, Sanji. 5, Robin. 6, Brooke. Nami, Chopper, then Usopp.
Damn, disrespect to Usopp.
I mean, that's
He did it to
realistic.
himself.
Sorry. He
He did it to himself, not me.
Okay, Gabby, go. Jinbei
Okay.
above Zoro
Uh,
is just blasphemy. Go ahead.
He's a
Luffy.
former warlord. Zoro wasn't.
Yeah.
So.
Zoro is knocking every warlord. Go.
Zoro is better than Warlord.
Thank
So we
you.
have
By like
Luffy.
Zoro damn near Yonko.
Yeah. Luffy, Zoro, obvious number 2, second in
Thank
command. Number 2 for a reason.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go Sanji and then Jinbei. I have to keep my top 3. Robin, Frankie, Nami, Usopp, Chopper.
We'll put Chopper last.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, the correct order is. No, I'm just
Oh no!
What you think is the correct order?
I got Luffy at number 1. Of course, he's the GOAT. He's the sun god Nika. Number 1, king of the pirates, Luffy. Then you got Zoro, the king of
Fifth Yonko.
motherfucking hell. Zoro blocked the strongest attack we've seen in One Piece so far. Zoro, number 2. Then I got, see, it's hard with me. But based on feats, I got Sanji 3rd, but I feel like Jinbei is damn near on Sanji level. I do feel that way, but I don't know for sure because it's like each time we see Jinbei fight, he gets stronger. So it's like, I don't know. And then after them is where it gets tricky. No, it doesn't. It goes to Robin, and then it gets tricky.
Oh fuck! I forgot Brooke.
Then it gets
look,
tricky.
so, look, that's disrespectful.
Then it gets
You forgot about the Soul King. That's
You forgot about the
Just
disrespectful.
forgot Frankie.
crazy. And
Oh
Frankie,
shit! So did I forget about
Yeah,
Frankie?
you did forget about Frankie.
this is where
Yeah, you thought I was listening? You thought I wasn't paying attention?
so Zoro, so Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, Robin, and then you've got Frankie, which is hard because no, he's not. I was gonna say at peak performance, could Sanji be as effective as Robin? No. Yes.
No.
I don't know. He can do a laser beam. Only Vegapunk knew how to make a laser beam, and yeah, only Vegapunk could do that. So it's like he's strong, but he's not as immediately strong. So I put him next, then Brooke, then Chopper, then Nami, then Usopp.
Yeah, you can't get on me for putting Usopp last, and so did you.
I'm
boy
gonna have to
dead
change my
last.
list because I forgot Brooke in there.
Okay.
So
All right, so where does Brooke go?
Brooke is somewhere in the middle, but it's still Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, Robin. We're going Frankie. I'm gonna say Nami, Brooke, Usopp, and Chopper.
Okay.
For Frankie, since I didn't add him, I'm had the top 4 there. Then I said Robin. Then I said Brooke. I'll put. I'm going Nami, then Frankie, and then Chopper, then Usopp.
Frankie's stronger than Nami.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I mean, Brooke is stronger than Nami. That's the Soul King. He get a new ability every arc.
Yeah, he the Soul King, but she got
He get a new
suns and
ability every arc.
thunder clouds that follow around and
I
talk
was gonna
to her.
say she has Zeus
Like,
now, and she
that's
controls
not really
a lot
her,
more
that's
than
like-
weather.
Yeah, it's been her since Whole Cake. She's took
That's
it
like
and
but one of
kept
the
it.
times she couldn't even use it.
But she's using it again.
I mean, she is now.
Now
but
she
has
who knows?
complete
It's
control.
circumstantial.
Yeah, she has complete control though. So it was hers.
Hopefully
Now
it
he
stays that way.
basically is. Well, now he's her weapon, basically.
Yeah.
We don't know because when Big Mom come out there with a lava Zeus and then
Well,
calls Zeus back,
look, we'll rediscuss that when that happens.
that's why I'm like, that's
Until
tricky
then,
because I'm like, Nami's strong, but like at the same time, I don't know. All she really does is a lightning strike. That's pretty ineffective against anyone that's like not a grunt.
hey, she's been whooping.
Now she does the
with it.
weather manipulation.
Yeah.
She can
She's-
make
Yeah.
cyclones and stuff.
She's good. Yeah.
That's true, but it really only attacks grunts. That's why I'm like, I kind of got Brooke. Brooke got a pollen glyph at Big Mom's house.
Oh no, he took on Big Mom one on one and survived.
That's
Like I'm sorry,
crazy.
he gets all the
took a
respect from me.
That's why I'm like,
he gets all the respect. From
but I
me.
hate that because they never show how Brooke gets stronger, but he keeps getting strong. But anyways,
Yeah,
But still, that
got
was
our
fun.
list.
That was fun.
I like that.
Huh. Thank you everybody for participating. Not Marcus.
I mean, to be fair, I said what I said in the very beginning, and then it just all derailed from there.
Right?
So
Mhm. Either way, fun times. I want to thank Jokes and Marcus for taking the time to sit down with us and have some fun conversations, to talk about some anime with us. We appreciate it. As I've told you before, and as you probably already know, they both do the finisher for Loading Snacks. So check out the beacons link you see it scrolling across the top to see when the new episodes are dropping. When is the next episode dropping, gentlemen?
This weekend.
This weekend. Is there
Weekend.
what topics are on deck?
We haven't discussed them yet.
he said,
Okay, you gotta tune in to go check that out for yourself.
It's a secret.
And we probably have the next 2 weekends, maybe some prediction shows coming because we do have some PLEs and pay-per-views coming up. So stay tuned for that. As for us, like I said, stay tuned to the Lotus Snacks Instagram today when you are seeing this to figure out what our next viewing in Thriller Park is going to be since we shut down Rainbow. So stay tuned for that. We'll discuss that once we shut this down, which we are about to do. So y'all know what it is on Thursdays. You know where to find us, 9:30 in the Discord. If not there, we will see you back here 10 a.m. on Thursdays next week. So until then, we will talk to you later. Deuces.
Bye.
Loading snacks.